Alright guys, we're back for some more 2K action, and we're not going to actually have any gameplay in this video, but if you do want to hear my tips on the defensive emphasis on next gen, the points of emphasis on what I think are going to be your best bets, stay tuned. So first off, conservative defense, this is not one I ever use. There may be a point to use that if you're fouling too much, but as far as the game goes, don't see that being a primary one that I'm going to ever use. However, play physical. I always have this set whenever I play man-to-man defense. If I'm going to play man that game, this is probably, in my opinion, the most important one to have. It's just going to cause your defenders to cause a lot more contested shots, play a lot more physical, as the description says, and basically just get in the face of defenders or in the face of the offensive players and really just cause a lot of problems and play really tough on-ball defense. And overall, I think if you're playing man defense, that's the most important one to have. Again, keep in mind, you have the defensive slot, the offensive slot, and the flex slot. And for my flex slot, I always use the defensive one. So, you always have that secondary defensive one. So if you like one more than the play physical, and you're playing man D, just play physical as your flex and go with that route. But moving forward, nothing inside. Pretty self-explanatory. You're not going to give up much in the paint. It's going to help in the paint a lot, whether you're playing man or zone defense. You will be giving up some open threes. So if you're playing a team like the Warriors, this is not one you want to have set. But if you're playing somebody who's afraid to shoot the ball deep, afraid to, even take mid-range or deep mid-range, especially three-pointers, this is a really good one to go with. Because, it's just going to cause your defenders to kind of sag off onto perimeter players and pretty much clog up the paint a little bit more and help with the inside scoring. Again, pretty self-explanatory, but some people don't change these and really wonder why. You can really help your team defensively, especially with computer assistants and how they're going to help play, and you'll understand how they're going to play versus just kind of being random each game. Limit transition. This is an interesting one. I don't know that I've seen too much of a difference when using this, but I will say that, if there's no other option, I'll either use this or the rebounding one, just kind of dependent upon the way the game is going. But like if I play a team like the Heat, I'll use this one as my flex and play physical. Otherwise, the limit transitions, I don't know, it's one that I really don't feel like it makes a huge difference, but it's one that I have used before and probably will use again. But pretty much, the obvious definition is going to be to slow down transition baskets and, hopefully not get beat on fast breaks as often. Do I see a huge difference? Probably not, but maybe there is a difference. I couldn't 100% tell you, but I haven't noticed a big difference myself. So, that's it with the limit transition. Now, as far as limit perimeter shots, this one is one that I will use often, especially when playing a team like the Warriors, who pretty much everybody can just shoot threes. Like, they let Curry, Thompson, and Iguodala hit crazy threes. The first two I understand. Iguodala, really don't. But with that being said, man, this is basically going to help you defend the perimeter, whether you're playing man or zone defense. They're going to play the arch a little bit better, play along the three-point line a little bit more. They're not going to sag off. They're going to play tight. You are going to give a little bit more up inside, but if you can help out userly and counteract that, you'll be fine. And then key on score. This is one where if you're playing like the Knicks and they got Carmelo just beasting, or if you play somebody that just tries to score all their points with one dude, pretty much just go with that option and just, kind of put it on that guy, whoever it may be. And that is something that I'll use, especially as a flex. Sometimes I'll go play physical, key on score if I'm playing like a team like the Knicks, and key on Melo, or, as of right now, Thunder just lost Westbrook, so maybe you'll do this and key on Durant or something like that. But if they're a one-player team, one scorer type team, and your opponent's playing that way anyways, you can definitely go with that option. They will help towards him a little bit more and key in on him. And I have noticed actually a significant difference in using that. Now, as far as crash to defensive glass, we all know the defensive rebounding is terrible in 2K, and anything that can help is always gravy. I can't say that I noticed a huge difference with this, but it's one of those ones where I'll use it if I don't, plan on using anything else as the flex. And just hope that it helps. Again, it's one of those things like limit transition. I didn't notice a huge difference, but maybe there's a slight difference there. It's not going to be something life-changing or not like that, but just something small enough that it could possibly make a difference. But, overall, I don't think it makes a huge difference. But if you're going to use it, definitely could recommend using it as your flex to get a few more defensive rebounds. Creating chaos. This is the last one we're going to talk about. Now, this is one that I would always use as the defensive one if you're playing zone defense. If you play zone, this is like the play physical of man defense. This is the play physical of man defense. This is one, if you're a zone player, you should always have create chaos on because they're going to start playing the passing lanes better and you're going to get a lot more turnovers. And turnovers, stops, all that good stuff's going to add up over the course of the game and hopefully be the difference between you winning and losing, or maybe getting a nice difference in point differential. So you create chaos is basically just going to create a little bit of madness, but essentially all that means is that they're going to play passing lanes more, they're going to go for traps more, they're going to try to double team more. So it's a little bit more risk reward. You're going to give up a few open shots from guys being out of position in man or zone defense, but you will get more turnovers. They're going to play the passing lane more. They're going to get a lot more off-ball interceptions, passing lane interceptions, and create turnovers like that. So that's what the create chaos is going to do. And usually some combinations I like. So if I'm running man D, again, I'll go with like maybe a crash defensive glass, rarely, but sometimes. But again, if I'm playing a one-team or a one-player team, key on score. If I'm playing the Warriors, I might go play physical, limit perimeter shots, and play man. If I'm playing the Heat, I might go play physical, limit transition. If I'm playing somebody who doesn't want to shoot, I might go play physical, nothing inside. And then another one, especially if I'm playing zone, it's going to be very similar to that. It's going to be just create chaos. And maybe then if they're, a team that just wants to drive inside all day, nothing inside, and then a limit perimeter shots against a three-point shooting team. Although zone isn't going to be your best option against a three-point shooting team, it can help a little bit. But those are just some of my theories and thoughts on the points of emphasis, and hopefully this will help you guys out. Settings are always something that can make you instantly a better player. Not just a better player, but just instantly just help you out a little bit. So hopefully this does that and did that. Sorry if this video is a little bit boring, but there's more on the tip side. And, till next time, it's your boy Monster Chappie. We gone.